This may sound off topic, but it is on topic. I just noticed that my blank face is a really unhappy one. I noticed that my lips do a pouch like this. My corners of the mouth just go down. So I'm having this like unhappy, dissatisfied older person look. So after all these videos about acceptance and love, I guess deep down what comes through is my blank face, my emotion of feeling dissatisfied. I think it's also a phase of being determined and concentration. So maybe, I'm just concentrating on thoughts, but I kind of feel like it's not a great look for someone working on self-acceptance. Okay, so I just thought it's really funny and disappointing. So I'm now training my facial muscle to just have it lift up more. Otherwise, as I age, the muscle's gonna drag and I'm gonna look unhappier and unhappier. I can't deny it. There are phases and days that everything just seems stuck and seems to suck. I drew a card for myself and I got the dry desert, and here I am, just no water in sight. And whether it's in my mind, in some optical illusion, or it's actually there, I'm seeing some greenery up ahead. It's really funny actually because these look like humongous green cactus. But I guess this is saying that there are times where we're not getting answers. There's no immediate understanding of why, and there's no immediate results. And I feel like this card is more about sitting with the discomfort, because we all know in terms of phases and cycles, there are going to be times when things seems calm. Like the positive side of it is calm, or even, just things taking time, and we have to be patient. And when it comes up, that's part of life. And maybe this is not emptiness. This is not lack. This is not just dry and empty. When it happens, it's not a void. It's part of life that we should learn to respect it more. It has its place in the way of things. It's almost like each time it comes up, it's an opportunity for us to not take things for granted, or it reminds us that there's such a much bigger plan in a bigger world. Not everything responds to our desires or our actions immediately. I feel when this kind of situation happens, it's helpful to be among other living beings that are not human adults, because adults will have a lot of thinking and opinions and advice going on. And I think it's a good time to be around animals, pets, around children, or trees and plants, indoors or outdoors. There's a meditation that I really like from the teacher and author Rebecca Campbell. It's called Earth Pulsing, and it's basically quieting down to feel and imagine the pulse of the earth, of all the living beings, how it beats in harmony to this pulse of life, and then slowly opening up the back of our hearts and feel our way into being part of that pulsing. Or you might be just breathing and slowing down with a tree or with the breeze. And I think because if we have nothing, we have our lives and our bodies. So that's one way to really calm down and get grounded to the most basic level of things. If we need to wait something out, if we need to just let things take their time. Things take their time, people take their time. Just when we go through phases like this, it's also a way to allow other people and allow other workings, other synchronicities, the timing of a whole bunch of other things to come into fruition. So it's definitely not just about ourselves. So even if it can feel like a dry desert, it can also be what's the word? Like a time of things still coming into fruition, just not about ourselves. It might be about others. So it's a chance for us to be, being patient and being compassionate. It is allowing other people and other things to be in their own way. So if I'm realizing if we can't stand the emptiness and the void of this, we can at least think that what we're doing right now is allowing other people to be themselves and take their time. That reminds me of just a really important part of these videos. I think even though we're talking about self-work and spirituality and being at peace, these are all self-improvement. And when we look at these content, inevitably, sometimes we will feel we're not improving enough, we're not accepting ourselves enough, there's comparison coming up. And so the really most important thing of any of these content is to end it feeling that, that I'm good, all is well, I'm where I need to be, I'm watching videos and reading books because there's something to learn. There's ideas to inspire me. I can find companionship and teachings from other people. But if their purpose becomes a source of something that's unattainable and something that proves to me that I'm worse than others, that's not the goal. And that would be a time to sit down and talk to ourselves. And we have the part of the connected, universal self that can come down and sit with the part of ourselves that's feeling stuck and lacking, and pull back the perspective and say, hey, the ultimate goal here is to feel good, to find peace. And we continue to connect with others and reach out in order to be in that connectedness. And if that's not doing that, we don't need to keep doing it and allow that comparison to continue. We have the resource inside ourselves, a part of us that already knows the wisdom. And if we find a quiet time and to believe in that we have that part within ourselves, that's the biggest wisdom and strength and spiritual support that we need. It's the part of ourselves that wants to be nurtured and can tell us that we are already enough and that we are a wonderful work in progress. So if you are also in a dry desert, so am I, but we will continue to grow and live.